All right, so long time no see. It's like the middle of the week, afternoon, and we're like in the middle of our homeschool day. We actually just finished having lunch and my nose is running, and this is a very impromptu yet long overdue video. And I want to first apologize that it's taken me so long to post a video. That was not my intention. In fact, I have filmed this video twice already, 2 separate times in the last, I don't know, month and a half, however long it's been. And I just could not get myself to actually upload it. And so even though this was a planned video, like to put out, sitting down today right at this moment was very spontaneous, and I just felt like I was in the right mindset to make this. But I am going to try to make it short and sweet and kind of just to the point. I don't want to draw this out. Like, I think for me, I'm just gonna, like, if I'm all over the place, I apologize. I'm trying to figure out what to say and like how to say it, and just like feel comfortable with what I'm gonna share. Anyway, but I think for me, it was actually good that it took this long to make like this version of this video. Like I said, I have done this before to the point where I edited them and everything. They were ready to go. I just couldn't upload them. And I think that I needed the time. And like I said, I'm sorry that like I left you guys hanging. Although I did post like in sort of an update on what was going on pretty immediately after I pulled down all my videos on Instagram. So this is not an Instagram plug, but if you're ever just like wondering what's going on, if I sort of disappear off of YouTube, usually in some form or another, I will give a little bit of an update on Instagram. So if you don't already follow me on there and you care to know, if you don't, that's okay. You can follow me on there. But anyway, I think I needed this time to collect my thoughts. And I think that's probably why I didn't feel comfortable uploading the other videos that I tried filming, because it's not that there was anything wrong with them, but it's like I think I was still feeling too emotional. And not that that's a bad thing, but I kind of just felt like I was like going on and on and on. And it was just very emotion filled, as you can imagine. And I don't know. I wanted to more just come on here and like talk about the channel and what's the future for the channel and where I want to go with the whole thing, what's going on with us. But I just want it to be, like I said, very concise, even though I'm already blabbering about everything. But I will say this, let me just say this, that if it at all appears like I have zero emotion, or that I'm being very just like, I don't know, detached or something, just know, like I said, that I have had, you know, time to deal with it and process it, and it doesn't make it any like less sucky or hard or anything like that. It's just that in terms of like breaking down or being like sad, you know, like where you can see that I'm sad or on the verge of tears, which I have been many times over the last little bit. I just feel a little bit more like, you know what I mean? Like ready to talk about things and not have a meltdown every 5 seconds. But anyway, long story short, guys, we just had an incident that happened regarding like our channel and our videos, and it just made us feel uneasy, and I'm not going to go into it, so I'm sorry if this isn't like very vague, but I just want you to understand that like I'll eventually take this video down, but still, you know, like I always think this to myself, this goes out into the world, and I just want to make sure I'm always like 100% comfortable with what I put out there, and I just don't want to go into the details because I don't think we need to talk about that, and I don't want to talk about that. It's private, and even though like I do want to share with you guys, I hope you can understand and respect our privacy, but just know that something occurred and it really made us rethink everything pretty instantaneously. We felt like it was not wise for us to continue daily vlogging the family. Everybody is fine. I'll just tell you that, like, everybody is fine. You know what I'm saying? Like we're all good. We're all good. So don't worry about that. Everybody is good. But, you know, Mike and I from the start have always said that, you know, if at any point at all we felt, any of us felt like this just was not something we wanted to continue doing, we would stop. And if there was ever like a feeling of being like there being a safety issue of any kind also, we would also stop. And so we were hoping that it would not, you know, come to that. I feel like we have been, I don't want to say lucky, but I feel like we have been very fortunate to not really have had any real big issues on YouTube, like nothing where it's ever got to this point, you know, where we considered anything on our channel, you know. And I will say this, like, I pulled down the videos not because I feel like we've done anything wrong, not because I feel like we've shown anything we shouldn't, not because I regret, like, I'm just being honest with you. I really don't. Like, I feel like, I'm not saying I've done everything perfectly, and everybody has to make their own choices for their own like channels and anything you do on social media. I'm just saying though that like I can, and this is what I set out to do every time that I uploaded a video, you know, or post anything on Instagram, was that I just, you know, wanted to make sure that I could look back and that I could always feel comfortable with anything that I, you know, put out there. And so I have, there's nothing that I feel bad about. There's nothing that I like regret. There's nothing I feel like we overshared on. I think you guys would agree. I mean, not that I'm not asking you to validate me. I'm just saying, I think you would agree that compared to a lot of other family vloggers, we probably like don't share a lot. You know what I'm saying? You guys know Mike was never on the vlog. You know that we kept like his work and his stuff. It was all very private. You know, we never shared like intimate details about the kids or anything like that. Like, I just feel like like if I did it over again, there's nothing I would change. That's the truth. So, but unfortunately we live in a fallen world that is full of sin, and there will always be someone that can take something like pure and innocent and positive and twist it into something ugly. And I know that that's for anything. And like I said, just know this is more than just like a hater. This is more than just someone being mean. I've had that, you know, that's not a reason like for me to shut things down. This was like a legit, like we felt like crossing the line, like majorly crossing the line. And we just didn't want to put the family through that. So with that being said, that is why I pulled everything down, because like I kind of felt like, I don't know, you feel like you feel like, I don't know how to explain it. There's like this invasion. I know it might be funny to say an invasion of privacy because we put ourselves out there, but I'm not going to sit here and say like that because we're on social media that welcomes people to just do whatever they want in response to that. I think that is a ridiculous thought. I'm not saying you guys feel that way, but to feel like you have to accept certain things because you put yourself out there, I think that is so false. And when I, you know, in fact, when I watch people, other people who apologize, you know what I mean, and feel like they deserve to be, to have certain comments said to them, or people react to certain things because they are on social media is absolutely insanity. So even though I'm like, I don't think we did anything wrong, I kind of feel like, you know what, you know, we showed a lot of the kids, we showed a lot of everything. By the way, the kids are doing their after lunch chores, but there's a good chance the kids are going to start walking in the door. So if suddenly there's like a lot more cuts in the video, just know it's that. It's not because of me, because I just want to get this out. I have 6 children, if you didn't already know. If you're new, welcome. This is quite the video for you to be clicking on. Yeah, anyway, I felt like, you know what, both Mike and I, we just felt like it's kind of like you go into that like protective mode, you know what I mean? Like when something like that happens, you just want to, it's just mama bear and papa bear come out, you know? So that is why we privated all our videos, and it's sad, it's unfortunate. Like, trust me, I had cries about all the things I'm talking to you about, but it felt like the right thing to do. So moving forward, and that's the other thing, I wanted to really think about what I wanted to do before I came out here and was just like, seriously guys, they're insane. My kids are insane in the bad way. So I didn't feel ready to be done on YouTube. Like, I just didn't. I enjoy it, I love it. I know that I wasn't uploading every single day, but it's because I kind of just fell into, not like, I felt more into a groove, fell more into a groove, which may seem like weird, because, you know, the whole sentiment on YouTube is, or any social media platform, is that the more you upload, the better. And I get that for analytics and for, you know, money and stuff like that. But it's just not something that I can do. You know, I have a busy life, and I know everybody does too. But like, I'm a full-time homeschooler. I have all the kids homeschooling this year, like all of them, all the way down to Everly. And plus there's other things in my life going on that I don't always like talk about or share, but it's not like it's just homeschooling and YouTube. Do you know what I'm saying? Just maintaining a house, just like my health. There's a lot of things, spending time with my husband. So uploading every single day, you know, got to a point where it just wasn't working anymore. And so I just didn't do it. And I wasn't so much like falling off the bandwagon. I just felt more like myself doing it that way, uploading when I just wanted to. And I didn't really care, guys. I didn't really care about the numbers and all that. I'm not saying, like, it's nice to see growth and all that stuff, but I really genuinely do it because I just enjoy doing it, and it's like a hobby for me. It's not to say, like, I do get paid, and there have been times where there's been like, there have been times where it's been like me having a job, like, you know what I mean? Like a job outside of the house. And then there have been other times where I barely make anything, and we just don't hinge our life on YouTube. That's not why I do it, I guess, is the point I'm trying to make. In saying that, I'm saying that I want to continue on YouTube, not because I have to, just because I want to. But I feel like we just need to take a different direction with the channel. And I know some of you are going to be sad and upset about it. And trust me, I was too. I mean, honestly, I'm still not happy about everything because it sort of feels like it wasn't on our terms. Like, it is on our terms because ultimately Mike and I make the decision for ourselves, right? Like, we decide what we're going to do regardless. But you know what I mean? Like, the way that it happened kind of sucked. And so it was like, it was a bummer, you know, that it happened when it did, because I feel like I wasn't prepared to be like trying to switch things around and figure out a different direction to go, and whether I was going to continue doing anything or not, all that stuff, you know. So I will say this, because I've had a lot of people message me, and I totally understand and I get it, like, you know, and like I said, I do feel bad, you know, I do feel bad, but you know, I know also based on my interactions with a lot of my followers and people who have been here from the very start, I know you guys, like, we have, everybody says this, but we have the best followers. You guys are so kind. Like, I can probably count on one hand for the amount of time I've been on YouTube, which is a long time. What has it been? I don't even know. One of you probably knows more than me. I can literally there's a vacuum going too, but at least they're cleaning. I can probably count on one hand the amount of like negative comments I've got in all that time. Like, my followers You guys that watch our videos and stuff, you guys are the best. And I know that you like want the best for us. So I know that you're gonna understand. I know it sucks, but I know you're gonna understand that we're just doing the best for our family, which was always what we were trying to do. It's so chaotic in my house. So anyway, but I know people are asking, like, are you ever gonna vlog again? What about Christmas? All that, like, guys, I know. So let me just say this. I don't know if this will matter to you. Probably won't, because it doesn't really, but I'm just gonna tell you. I vlog still. I still vlog here at home. Not every single day, because I wasn't doing that anyway. But like, I still vlog because it's like just become a way of life now. And I always did it for me. I always did it for me and for the family, for our memories, for us to be able to look back. I didn't want to miss those little moments. I love the birthdays and the Christmases and the holidays, but honestly, some of my favorite videos are just, this is what you get. Some of my favorite videos are just like the everyday, you know what I mean? And little comments the kids make, little funny moments here and there. Those are the things that I love, because to me that really like shows your life. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like the mundane moments, you know? So I still vlog. I still vlog myself and the kids talking to nobody. So there's that. Okay, you guys. In true me fashion, my disc ran out of space. So disc ran out of space, then I had to download all the things because I didn't have any other free discs. And then you know, we were finishing up things with the children, so an hour and a half later I am now back. So sorry about that. I tried to get the camera like where it was, but who knows, anyway, I think that I was at the point in the video talking about sort of where I want things to go, where things are headed with the channel and all the things that have to do with that. So keep in mind that it's a little bit up in the air, and what I mean by that is, like, this is literally the first video I have uploaded since everything took place. Well, that's not true. I guess I did upload a video on my second channel because it was already ready to go. Like, I actually didn't film. It was what I eat in a day, but I had already filmed it and it was already ready to go, and it went up shortly after the whole kerfuffle. But I haven't, like, you know what I mean, filmed a video for YouTube since everything went down. So I sort of have an idea, but that's not to say that things won't change. And I'm just like letting you know that I am sort of feeling things out, you know. But the point I'm trying to make is that I don't want to disappear quite yet. And some of you might be happy. Some of you may be sick of me, whatevs. But there is going to be a new direction for this channel. So we will not be doing daily vlogs. We weren't doing daily vlogs, you know what I'm saying, but that is not going to be, that is no longer going to be the like premise of this channel, which it has been the entire time that we have been here. We are going to majorly cut back on the showing of like the entire family. Nothing's going to change with Mike. Like, he's just not going to be in the videos. That's just how it's always going to be. So you're going to be, did I just literally, oh, I just undid it. I thought I broke my necklace, but apparently I just undid it. You guys are stuck with me. So there's that. But unfortunately, and I know for a lot of you, you know, it's not going to be, you're not going to be happy about it. And I understand if this is not going to be your jam anymore. But it's just not going to be vlog style, like, you know what I mean? Day in my life vlog style like it used to be. Yeah, that's just, we're kind of done with that. Now, with that being said, am I going to say that you will never, ever, ever, ever see any of the kids in a video again? No, I'm not saying you will, and I'm not saying you won't, because I know that there will be somebody who will say, but you said, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say, even though it may sound confusing. It's just not going to be where we're regularly Mike is texting me, where we're regularly uploading daily vlogs. You know what I mean? It's just not going to be the thing for our channel anymore. Now Jake is barking because it's time for his walk. So he knows, his internal clock knows. So basically what we want to do is change, like we don't want to be known anymore. We don't want this channel to be known any longer as a daily vlogging channel. Does that make sense? I feel like, and I could be wrong and people could argue with me, but like I said, we just need to make the right decisions for our family and what we feel like. Is there anything that is going to be 100%, you know, foolproof? Of course not, right? We're just kind of, like I said, playing it by ear. But I just feel like there's a difference between a channel where you know that when you tune in, 100% of the time, you're going to be seeing the kids, as opposed to a channel that you're subscribed to and sometimes you may see, you know, that person's family and other times you just may not. And that's sort of more what we feel comfortable doing. We just don't want this to be a channel that attracts people who know that in every video our kids are going to be there. So, like I said, it doesn't mean you'll never see the kids again, but it's just going to be very sporadic, if that, few and far between, and they're just, it's not going to be, like I said, not that I would say it's the focus. I hate saying I was the focus. You know what I mean? Like, it's always been life seen through my eyes. It's always been like my perspective as a wife and a mom. You know what I mean? Like that's what it's been. But like, obviously, I have 6 children that I homeschool. They're with me all day long. Like, this is a big part of my life. So they usually are in a lot of the footage, you know? But that's what we're going to have to change. That's just what we are deciding to change. So like I said, if that's not what you signed up for, if that's not your jam, I totally get it. I'm hoping though that a lot of you will stick with us. And then you might be thinking, well, if that's not what you're doing, what are you going to do? And I feel like I sort of know, but I don't 100% know. It's hard. Like, it's hard when you've just been doing a certain thing, you know what I mean, for so long. And then all of a sudden you just need to, like, you're completely changing gears. So I think what I'm going to, because I do have my second channel, right? And that whole thing was separate from anything that happened on this channel. The whole reason I started that second channel, if you don't already know, I have a second channel. And yes, I haven't uploaded it a little bit because, like I said, after everything that went on, I basically just pulled back from YouTube completely. But I don't plan on throwing in the towel on that channel. The reason I did that channel was because I would get a lot of messages from people on this channel. Like I said, it's just like me showing you random things throughout the day, you know, in my life, yada, yada, yada. But sometimes people would like ask me very specific questions about certain things. And it would either be like, well, I'm either going to not be able to answer, or if I try to answer in a video, then it kind of takes up most of the video and then it defeats the purpose of it being a vlog. Like, do you know what I mean? So I thought to myself, like, I'll start a second channel that is a little bit more sit down, or like dedicated videos to different topics, you know, because people love to know things about being in a large family and cooking and recipes and grocery hauls and how much do you spend and how do you do groceries and how do you meal plan and how do you keep the house in order, you know, chores, all the things, right? How do you shop, you know, for clothes and for Christmas and all the things, right? So that's what that channel is meant to be. And I think I'm going to keep that as that, I think. That's the plan for now, because that was always the plan for that channel. Life According to Jen. Did I already tell you that? It's probably linked down below. If you don't already know, you can go check it out. I have a handful of videos over there. So, and then I think what I'm going to do with this channel is actually make it more of a homeschooling channel. And like I said, that might not be everybody's cup of tea. I understand that that's not going to necessarily appeal to everybody, or that people are going to feel like they can relate to that. But originally I was just going to kind of sprinkle that in on my second channel, because this was still a vlog channel at that point. But because that's no longer, then I started thinking about how, because homeschooling is a very specific topic to a certain audience of people, I actually think it's better to have that on a separate channel, as opposed to, because I think when you watch a life, I'm not saying, like, again, I'm not saying anybody else can't do it a different way. That's not what I'm saying. But like, I think if you watch a lifestyle channel, right, all the things I mentioned, you know, is kind of like what you're expecting. I think it's a little differently. Again, of course somebody can do that, because that's originally what I was going to do, is just like a homeschooling video here and there. But I think that that's like, that has like less of an, not less of an audience, but like, it's not necessarily going to appeal to the people, the same people that are just watching like grocery hauls and clean with me's and things like that. So anyway, I'm going really into it, but just so you understand my thinking, like I said, if this channel was staying exactly the same, then that would have been thrown into my second channel. But because it is not, and I don't want to like completely get rid of this channel, because this is the channel I've built. Like, I'm being honest with you guys, like, and I know I'm gonna lose subscribers, and that's okay, but it doesn't change the fact that I've put my heart and soul into this specific channel. And like, it's hard getting a new channel off the ground. Like, I'm not even gonna like pretend like it's not, it is, you know. And so at least I'm established on here, and if people don't want to stick around, that's okay. Like, no hard feelings. But anyway, so that's like probably the number one question I get, and it's not that I've avoided it, but it's just so, it's such a involved, detailed subject. There's just so much to talk about when it comes to homeschooling. I felt like I could never really fully get into it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm going to do on here. This will be, I think, primarily a homeschooling channel. All things that are somehow tied in to homeschooling. And like I said, there is a chance that there could be day in the lives, like, you know, of us doing homeschool, or maybe even just like focusing on one grade or focusing on one subject, or like whatever. I don't even know. But my point is that it doesn't mean you'll never see the kids again. And even on my second channel, same thing, you know, if I do any kind of day in the life there or something, it doesn't mean you won't see the family. So I'm just saying that so that you guys know that this isn't like goodbye. Because I know a lot of you come here to see the kids. I totally get that. Trust me, when I'm editing back the videos, I'm just like sick and tired. You get sick and tired of seeing yourself and listening to yourself. So this is going to be a doozy to edit, let me just say. But like I said, hopefully that will maybe keep you around, because I would love to keep you around. And if you don't, that's okay too. But yeah, you can always, if you decide that none of this stuff is for you, but you still want to keep up with the family, like I said, follow us on Instagram, ModernMom4Life. I actually have a separate Instagram account for my second channel. Like, it's a little less, it's more like channel related, but I'm just like letting you know if you're interested. And it's Life According to Jen. So currently I have two, but obviously my ModernMom4Life account is my main account. I feel like I'm already going way longer in this video than I wanted, but I also, you know, I did want to give you guys, I didn't want to just come on here, talk for 2 seconds and leave, because I feel like I owed you as much of an explanation and as much information as I could share with you. The other thing I'm thinking, and I'm more just throwing this out there, I don't know, and even if I do it, it may not even be for a while, because I feel like I just need to kind of wrap my head around just making videos again, to be honest with you. I may change the name. You know, there is just the memories attached to ModernMom4Life. I'm not saying I will for sure, but at the same time, like, I don't want to get rid of it. It's very nostalgic, but when I think of it, it makes me think of our family vlogs. And so it's not even that it doesn't go. I feel like it's kind of a generic name, but it's just hard to think of like uploading different types of videos under that name, if that makes any sense. I think it's more sentimental for me than anything. So I haven't fully decided on that yet. For now, it is going to stay the same. So I think that is it. I think that's it. That was really mostly what I wanted to say. And like I said, please don't think that because I'm being very just like matter of fact about everything, that I am not sad. It's all been hard. Like I said, the last month and a half or so, up until recently, like I was a mess, guys. I really was a mess. Ask Mike. I was just like, I couldn't even talk about it. Like I couldn't even talk about anything that had to do with anything without like breaking down. Because I was just so upset about everything and how it came about. And it just felt like a punch in the gut, like, to be honest with you. And so I've just had time to work through it. And I feel ready to move on. So I hope I hope you guys understand. Thank you so much. Like, I'm not saying goodbye, but thank you for all the support you've given us through our vlogging years. Again, like I said, honestly, like we've just had so much love and so much support. And I recognize so many of your, whether it's on Instagram, your Instagram handles, or here on YouTube, I recognize so many of you because we've had numerous interactions. And so it's like family. You guys really, like, I'm not trying to be cheesy or anything, but it really feels like you guys are extended family. And even like, it's so heartwarming to me. Let me just say, it really is. I know we don't like know each other, but it's heartwarming to me when you guys like mention things. Like, how do I explain it? Like when you guys talk about like, oh, I still remember when, you know, Grayson said this, or I still remember when Avia did that. Like, to me, that's like, so, like, it just really warms my heart. I'm gonna be sappy, but it does, because it really is like, you know, when you get together with family or friends and you share those moments with them, and then you kind of reminisce back. And that's what it feels like when you guys send me messages like that. Just how invested you are in my kids and in our family has just been very, it touches my heart. It really does. It really does, though. So thank you so much for being around this long, and thank you for everybody that's been reaching out. Like I said, I'm sorry that I didn't like do this sooner, but at the same time, it finally feels right, you know, to come talk to you and to be in the like mind frame that I am in now. So thank you to everybody who reached out to see that we were like okay and what was going on and stuff like that. That was very sweet. I really appreciate that. And this isn't goodbye. This is see you later. So on that note, love you guys.